Alright, great. How are you, Kyle? Alright. I picked a current event all of us are very knowledgeable about. Murray gets the maximum. We've seen this all over the news. Dr. Conrad Murray, doctor of the infamous Michael Jackson, has been charged with the involuntary death of Michael. Malpractice of giving Jackson a surgical anesthetic for amnesia was grounds for the judge to throw the book at Murray. Succeeded as a horrid atrocity only by letting Lynn read her current events. Murray was sentenced to 4 years in prison, but due to overcrowding, he will likely seem to get less, possibly a few months, getting out earlier. Earlier? Hell no! This man killed the king of pop. This is medical malpractice. He deserves a lifetime of... Oh, wait, this happens all the time. Malpractice is not when a doctor does bad, it is when he does wrong. The only thing doctors are rich... No, the only thing is doctors are rich and expensive, with insurance and white lawyers to help them when push comes to shove. The only difference? Murray killed a more important person. Important not as a sentimental man, as a father, as a friend, as a son, but as someone whose death would be investigated further into than JFK's. We may all know very well that Murray is being sodomized by Bubba in prison because of killing Michael Jackson, but he is not alone. Unlike so many others, he just didn't get away. Now this is just the tip of the rabbit hole, my friends, okay? This is just the tip of the rabbit hole. Okay, there's a reason I said I need 10 minutes for this. Stop laughing. Okay. Now, what is a doctor? Yes, suitcase. Suitcases are softer, okay? Now, there's a very important thing to being a doctor, okay? Doctors dress fancy, they go to 8 years of school, and if you go to their offices, they will give you whatever you want if you give them money, okay? You go down to San Diego, I guarantee you. Jesus Christ. Shut up! I didn't need these anyway. Okay, if you go down to San Diego, if you give a doctor $45, I guarantee you he will give you a card where you can legally purchase medical marijuana. All you knew that? Well, now you do. Don't play around with that, okay? Now, another thing about a doctor. Doctor malpractice is not just isolated to Dr. Conrad Murray. It reaches further and further into the system, okay? If you go to a doctor's office and your child has ADHD, what will that child give your child? Shut up.
Ritalin.
Doctor will give that child something called, what?
Ritalin.
Ritalin? Dioxin, which is also known as?
Rupees.
They are known as what are called amphetamines. Amphetamines are what is so prevalent in crystal meth, Tyler, crystal meth. Give your child crystal meth. Now, why would a doctor do that? Because doctors are going to prescribe your child medications, or anyone for that matter, medications because they get paid. These medications do not come from hospitals, they do not come from doctors, they come from companies who are paying these doctors off. Stop smiling, Kyle, it's not funny. It's not funny, okay? Now, the reason doctors do this are because these companies send them money. They send them in fancy tickets, year-long, whatever they're called, like companies. No, they send these doctors little cards so they can have a year at an $80,000 admission country club, and they say, here's this, but they don't say, now you're going to prescribe any whichever person what you can do. Okay? Now, these doctors, they prescribe these people this medical crystal meth. Now, if you go to a hospital and you have a third-degree burn, they give you what's called morphine. Who here knows what morphine is also known as? It's medical heroin, okay? It's medical heroin. You go to an office. You go to an office and you say, okay, doc, here is $45. I have a headache. I am having trouble sleeping.
Who looks like a doctor?
The doctor's going to look you straight in the face. He's going to say, okay, Sarah, you have chaos, which is chronic hurts all over syndrome. That's doctor slang, the whole page of it. I'm going to give you diamorphine, medical heroin. Okay, Erica Williams, you're having trouble sleeping? Okay, that's okay. Here's the card, go smoke some weed.
She has my name on it.
Okay, Tommy K. You said you have ADHD, which is not a real disease, it's just parents' inability to discipline their children. Here's some Yahtzee. Have some meth. Okay? But this is the thing. This is what our doctors are giving people. Conrad Murray, this is not an isolated incident. This happens every day, okay? This happens every single day. Sure, the federal government is closing down on dispensaries, but people are still going to grow weed. They can still legally smoke it state legally, because the federal government is not going to patrol our streets and enter houses against their... What's the amendment for search and seizure? Seventh, whatever. It's
a lie.
It's a doctor thing. And this is widely known among... Stop smiling, Kyle. It's not that funny. This is widely known among doctors, okay? This is widely known for a doctor to be able to get paid for the medications they do. Conrad Murray was being paid $150,000 a month. Michael Jackson was paying him more because Michael Jackson said he had insomnia. So he was giving Michael Jackson propofol. He gave him too much, he didn't watch over him, and Michael Jackson died. And the only reason that Conrad Murray had the book thrown at him was because he didn't believe it was his fault. He said he didn't believe it was his fault because he failed to watch over the King of Pop. If I was taking care of the King of Pop, I'd be guarding that man with my life. I wouldn't be sitting in some break room eating potato chips and watching all my children on AMC. No. Okay? Maybe it's time that we start to question everything doctors tell us, okay?
Oh God.
You stop telling me you're supposed to catch that. Maybe it's time to stop questioning everything doctors have to say to us. Maybe, now, I dare to dream. Maybe we are not, okay? Maybe we're not organisms composed of a few trillion little blobs making us people, okay? But that's what science will tell you. Science is telling you all these things. Now, of course we are, because if you look in the microscope, you'll see that. But we're getting all these things from science, okay?
You missed a button.
You suck! It's biology. You go to class and you learn all this stuff. There's a reason evolution is a theory. There's a reason all this stuff exists. It's because it's on the power to research, and it is on the power to believe, I'm telling all of you, okay? Maybe the next time you go to a doctor, before you take the pills he prescribes you, or before you use the ointment to rub on your third-degree burns, have a look at it. See if it says, see if it's called chaos, if it's called... No, that was not what it was called, Tommy. I swear to God. Maybe it's time to start thinking for yourself.
Oh my God.
Maybe as people, we are worth more. Where's my belt loop? Shut up! Maybe as people, we're worth more than what we actually are. Okay? And one thing, before I leave you all to go and laugh at me like some kind of idiot, I'd like to say that just as our guest is good as any, I believe that we are all, in a way, doctors. Thank you, everybody.